What's up, y'all? This is John and Mike back for another episode of the Nothing Finer podcast. As always, you can find us on Millions and as a part of the Fans First Sports Network. Tonight, we are going through our 12-team playoff predictions, and this is the initial field of 12. We're not going game by game, but we're going to go into our bandwagon teams tonight, and that is because we have real
Game,
live football next week, man.
this game week, buddy. We made it.
We did. We did. Man, I'm super excited. But how have you been? What are you drinking?
I've been good. Just super busy. I got some water here. Had some drinks the last couple of days, so gotta be okay for work tomorrow. But no, man. Again, the grad school restarts tomorrow, so dreading that. But this semester, next semester, then I'm all done. I'm not doing school anymore after that, so just gotta power through it. Football would be a nice getaway from that for a bit, but went to Tybee today for a little bit. I don't know if you can tell or not, but like one side is like super sunburnt right
Is
before it
it
like had a
is it
downpour.
your left side from where you were
Yeah,
driving?
yeah,
Yeah, same.
yep, yep.
Yeah, my
But how
left
about you?
arm always gets more tan.
Yeah. Now, how you doing?
Good, man. I got a new tattoo today. It's got the Sanoderm on it, so it just looks like a bunch of blood on my arm right now, so I'm not gonna put that on the camera, but it's one of those things of where every time I've been trying to fill this last spot on my right arm for about a year,
Mhm.
and I go in with an idea and I'm like, yeah, this will do it, and then I get done and I'm like, nope, there's still a decent little spot there. Got to
Yeah.
find something. Uh, but I did learn a very important and valuable lesson today. The inside of your bicep, probably 2 inches from your armpit, hurts
Dude.
significantly less than your elbow ditch.
Okay. Really? I would say like
Significantly.
them going in my armpit, like that was
I mean, I
of
got
all.
it. Mine's up to here, right? So like
Yeah.
2 inches from like dead center armpit. Elbow ditch was significantly worse.
I could see that. That's when I get the rest of my arm filled out probably next summer. Yeah, he's gonna have to go in there. That's gonna hurt. But when I got my other stuff in the when summer started, like shading went into my armpit, and that was probably the worst spot I've ever gotten. Like
Yeah,
I got stuff all over the place.
yeah, and I've got real close on the front, on the inside, and on the back, but elbow ditch. Like I thought my calf was bad because it was just 6 hours of straight shading.
Yeah,
No, dude, elbow ditch significantly worse. I've got one on my hand. Like I've got them just about everywhere. Um, and elbow ditch was awful. It was pretty bad.
Oddly enough, the easiest place I had no problem whatsoever. Fell asleep during it was like on my fingers. Like that felt like
Same.
nothing
That,
that any
and
day.
I tell people that, and they all look at me like I'm crazy. Apparently, knuckles is really bad, but like back of your palm and your like the meaty part of your fingers isn't bad. Because I tell
Yeah,
people all the
yeah.
time that that's the least painful tattoo that I have, and everybody looks surprised.
Yeah, like where like your like wedding ring would be like that.
Yeah,
That was nothing at all. I would love to get the rest of my fingers done, but yeah, I don't know what I would do.
yeah. No, I'm honestly, if Kelsey ever says I don't care, I'm going the next day to get my hands done.
Yeah,
But apparently, she cares that I look presentable to people for some reason. Whatever.
I'm
Um,
not trying to impress anybody, so
I,
you
right.
know,
Like
there
doing what I do,
my job.
I'm
Yeah,
highly licensed. I can get a job.
I mean it's kind of the same thing where I'm at. I mean, like, who wants to do my job? Not very many people. So I can look however I want at this point.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so before we even get into anything else tonight, we're reminding y'all that ooh, in 20 was that 26? 26 days until
26
September
days?
13th?
It sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah, September 13th, 26 days ish from when we're recording this. We're not mathologists.
It's probably
Um,
27. It's probably 27 days.
okay, 27,
Yeah.
26, 27, whatever.
Yeah.
We're having our first watch party at Rock House in Savannah, or on Tybee, actually. I said that wrong. Rock House on Tybee. We're super excited. Um, I may or may not be buying a stupid, dumb decoration to bring over there. Um, we're going to be starting in 2 weeks. I'm going to be back on Rock 1061 in Savannah. We're doing 615 this year. We've got everything kind of organized, so it's not just me talking trash about the other team. We're calling it Down the Track with the Nothing Finer podcast. We're super
Hell
excited
yeah.
about doing stuff with them. Um, man, it's here. We're getting in the swing of it.
Hell yeah, dude. It's exciting, man. This is gonna be the best season yet, hopefully.
Yeah, I am super excited until we get to probably the Tennessee game, and I haven't had a good night's sleep since like 2 days ago today, um, because of how busy we are, and I regret
Yeah.
everything and want to quit, but we'll get through it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
just drink more, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Numbs everything. It makes everything better.
But I already said we're going through tonight, so we'll go ahead and get into Caleb's here. And so Caleb obviously not here tonight, but we're going to go ahead and go through his 12-team playoff picks. And he did leave us a little note. It says, since I am not physically here, y'all better treat mine with the same respect and deference that you would treat the ESPN FPI top 25.
So he doesn't want us to respect it at all then.
Well, I was about to say he doesn't want us to talk about it. We'll just go ahead and go into Mike's. No. So, all right. So I'm going to go through 1 through 4, and then we'll go through the matchups. So, Caleb, his number one team getting a first round bye is Georgia. Number two team getting a first round bye is Ohio State. Number three getting a first round bye is Notre Dame. Number four getting a first round bye is Oregon. And so, for his 12 at 5 matchup, he's got Tulane at Clemson, which
That could be juicy. That could be all right.
it could be. That could be a real good one. His 11 at 6. So he's got Louisville ranked ahead. Nope, never mind. Got to get out of. Got to get out of 2024 playoffs mindset here. Louisville number 11 at number 6 LSU. So you got the birds with teeth going to play in Death Valley more than likely at night.
Yeah.
That's
I would
tough.
think, yeah, there's no way that would be like a day playoff game like the Penn State one was with SMU, right? There's no way. ESPN wouldn't let that happen.
I would think Tulane at Clemson would probably be like a 3:30.
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
3:30, right? And then we got number 10 Boise at number 7 Alabama.
Ooh.
That's interesting, specifically, depending on Alabama's injury situation. Um, Jam Miller, their leading returning rusher, and by that I mean it's him and Jalen Milrose gone, and their next guy up transferred. So it's like him and then 3 guys down is their next returning guy. So Jam Miller reportedly broke his collarbone in fall camp.
It was like during the
So
scrimmage, wasn't it?
yeah, so he'll be
Yeah, that's
out
tough.
for at least a few weeks.
Hmm.
Hate that he broke his collarbone because that's just such a touchy injury to come back from. Depending on the
Yeah.
position you play, I mean, I know it's probably going to trigger Mike, but Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone a few years ago when he played for the Packers. and he was out most of the season. Still came back and won the North, but
Yes, he did. Well, that was a different time. That was a different era.
it was. But you never know. You never know when he's going to come back. And if you listen to the show for a while, you know that I we would all rather beat a team that doesn't have their best players injured. Like
Yeah, for sure.
it's not one of those like, oh, I want to beat you at your best. I don't want to see an 18 to 22-year-old get an injury that's going to hurt them when they're 40 and it's 50 degrees outside. Like I don't want to see somebody with their shoulder aching because somebody hit too hard in fall camp. You know, like that's and
I want all these guys. I want all these guys to eat. I want them all to make money and do well for themselves. Like why? I don't
yeah,
care if you went to Alabama, Tech, or what, Florida, whatever. Like make your money.
yeah. So Jam Miller really, really sucks to hear about that. Like I think a hamstring or something, as long as it's not a tear that requires surgery, I think anything is just about better than broken bone because of how brittle it gets in the end.
Plus, and especially like just all the contact that he would take. I mean, that's an awful spot to have it too.
Well, I mean, just think going back to 2017, on Johnson got hurt in the Georgia Auburn game. It was a AC joint injury, which if you don't know, your AC joint is where your collarbone connects to your shoulder. He got an AC joint injury in the Georgia game. Got worse in the game where Auburn beat Alabama in 2017.
Man, it was like worthless in the SEC championship.
Right, and it's
Just about.
your collarbone is it's the shock absorber for your upper body. Like it's designed to break, so all of this energy doesn't get transferred to your spine and your sternum and all that kind of stuff. So, like, I just it sucks, but at the same time, it's possible that their best returning running back isn't available for the Georgia game, and it sucks that he's hurt. I'm not mad that he might miss that game.
No, no, not at all.
All right, so then the last one, Caleb got number 9 Miami, boo, at number 8 Penn State. So that's definitely a nooner.
Yeah.
At Penn State. But so, and just to clarify, so he's got the Tulane at Clemson winner playing number 4 Oregon, number 11 Louisville at LSU winner plays Notre Dame, number 10 Boise at Alabama winner plays Ohio State, and Miami at Penn State plays Georgia.
I like it. I mean, that would be sick. Either way, I would welcome either one of those for Georgia's sake.
That would just be so fitting
Hmm.
for this defense to get a worse Miami offense led by Carson Beck. Because in that game, you would be able to tell real quick if there was any connection still there. Like if there was
Yeah,
any like, oh yeah, I don't dislike Carson, he just happened to transfer, or if it was I didn't like this guy and now I get to actually hit him.
I think we're probably on the latter of that, thinking that's probably the case.
Yeah, I think
Cool.
that's the way that we're both interpreting the situation, but I would love to see it play out in real life.
Hmm. Yeah, it'd be sick.
So who do you have for your top 12 the end of the season?
All right. Okay. So number one, like Caleb, I do have Georgia. Obviously, I have to. I had picked them to go undefeated in our helmet schedule episode a couple weeks ago. So I got them at number one. Oregon winning the Big Ten at number two. Again, talked about that the other day with Connor. Three, Clemson at big on Clemson. I mean, I picked them to go 11-1, I believe. So Hey Klubnik and all that. I mean, they're kind of getting back to what made them good in the 2010s, I think. So I think they're gonna be pretty good. They got the defensive coordinator for Penn State, so he, rescued him. So that's good. Four, unfortunately, I do have Notre Dame. Even if they lose one game, maybe to Boise, I don't know, but I do have them fourth and getting that last bye. It's a cakewalk schedule for the most part. Interesting, but still, easier than others. Five, I have Ohio State. Probably again, probably going 11-1, but losing to Michigan again, so that hurts them and takes them out of the bye consideration. Um, well, actually, I guess they probably have to lose to Oregon too. They lose two in a row, so that may not end up happening. But just for the sake of this, I have them at fifth. Um, Six, I have LSU. Hopefully, for their sake and me for like the third year in a row, hopefully they have everything clicking. Busting us is going hog wild on everybody. Uh, After losing the first game against Clemson, just going undefeated the rest of the way until the SEC championship. Uh, so looking forward to that. Seven, Penn State, just by virtue of not really playing anybody. I think we talked about before. I mean, they go 10-2. They're not going to get left out. Probably get a home playoff game. You lose at home against Oregon, a whiteout,
Yeah,
lose against
especially
Ohio State.
when Drew Aller is according to the AP poll like the one of the best quarterbacks in the country, and they're starting out at number two.
I, Still, I'm glad Connor was on board with us. I don't get it. Never got it, but sure. Who? It'd be funny if Indianapolis had the number one pick and they took him. They just have another 5, 6 years of just quarterback hell because they don't know how to draft a quarterback at this point. Um, yeah. So seven was Penn State. Eight, I do have Alabama. Um, going 9-3, 10-2. Again, a very realistic possibility. Still not sure about Ty Simpson, but with Ryan Grubb there and Kalen DeVore kind of getting that Washington Magic back together and having a quarterback more closer to Michael Penix Jr. than Jalen Milroe probably is probably better for that offense. So Alabama will get up there, not going to get left out 2 years in a row. Nine, Big 12 champion Arizona State. Again, Sam Levitt being back, the running back from Army, and just this running it back. I mean, really wanted two different teams out of the Big 12, but yet again, I think it's a one bid league, unfortunately. 10, talked about this before a lot. I'm really big on Oklahoma. Thought about doing them for the bandwagon thing, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Ultimately didn't end up doing it, but I do think Moneyline Mateer is going to be uh, much better than Jackson Arnold was for them last year, and then injury luck will be better for them and all that. So I think Oklahoma's going to be in a lot better spot to make the playoff and keep Skeletor in Norman for a little while longer. 11, Georgia Tech. So we do get two bids out of the ACC because they end up playing Clemson in the ACC championship, like we talked about the other day. Um, Big Haynes King guy, and I mean, realistically, they can probably go 9-3 and still make it in there, even with making the ACC championship. So I'm with them on that. And then lastly, my group of five champion or highest ranked group of five champion, I have UTSA, the real Texas, the only Texas school that makes it. So they have a lot of returning production. I think they have all 11 guys on offense coming back. They were pretty good last year. They have a opportunity to have some signature wins. I think they go to A&M early in the year, which could be interesting. A&M obviously is not a I don't know. Kyle Field isn't what everyone usually makes it out to be. So obviously, what App State won there last year, the year before, or whatever. So UTSA can definitely go in there and win that. But just real quick,
UTSA's got Owen McCown too.
yeah, dude, they're nobody's given them much love. Everyone kind of just penciled in Boise for it. I don't know. I'm not convinced
Yeah,
on
they
it. I
got
mean,
players from other teams going full Connor Stallions and sending them the signal.
yeah, which
No one's going to
no,
get punished for if it's players doing it.
no, not at all. I think when I didn't really like look all into the Connor Stallion stuff or the ruling on it. Obviously, by now, if you're listening to this, you already know what happened, what the ruling was with Michigan and all that, and they'll appeal it or whatever. But I guess Connor Stallions is working hand in hand with the player too. Didn't say what the player. I don't think they said who the player was, but
And he also
it's like, hey,
said that he just completely destroyed evidence because as soon as the NCAA made it public that they were doing an investigation, he
just chucking
threw
stone in
he
lakes and ponds and shit. I love it. That's
yeah, like
funny.
man, he's publicly just saying the NCAA has no balls, and they're proving him correct.
I just wish the NCAA would have did something ridiculous. Like, you know what, Harbaugh and Stallions, you get a 700-year show cause. 7 consecutive life sentences of not being able to come back. You can't quit. You're fired. Can't come back. That would have been perfect.
It, you know, and if you didn't even want to do that, it's like, okay, that's fine. But we're gonna fine you every penny that like how much money do you guys make from the title run? Okay, you're being fined that and last year's postseason revenue, and you have to forfeit your next 5 seasons postseason revenue.
I mean, they got two, so I think ultimately, that's going to end up being what 30, 35 million or whatever. At first it said 20, and then they kind of upped it in terms of what they thought it would be. But
Yeah, but they also
yeah,
made probably 50 to 75 in that one title run.
probably. Yeah. I mean,
So
they
it's
they
like,
ultimately paid what Ohio State paid last year. That's just the price of doing business, I guess.
yeah, man, they could have just been like, you know what? We waited too long. We also kind of suck. We also don't have any teeth. You guys get off free. Because it would have been the same reaction. Like everybody
Hmm.
that's not a Michigan fan would have been like, yo, what? This, it's just okay.
Right.
But
It's still, I mean, I know at this point it's different too. I doubt that they're gonna revoke or uh vacate wins or stuff like that going
oh
forward. They're
no,
just
they
gonna
said they
find
don't
teams
have
like
to.
that.
They've already decided that they don't have to.
Oh no, I mean like going forward for like even like on field stuff like this. I don't think they're gonna vacate wins anymore. They're just gonna find the shit out of teams now that it's a
But they're
semi-pro
not
league.
even finding the shit out of teams. Like in all reality, even if it's $25 million that they get fined per year with postseason revenue, right? If they sell alcohol in the big house, it
They
might
do.
be 2 or 3 home games.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, okay, oh no.
Well, when they got
Anyways,
like this, I mean, they got the second richest or the second richest man in the world, kind of bankrolling stuff too. So I mean, $20 million for him.
right. That's why, like I said, they should have fined them every penny they made from the title run and last season in postseason revenue, and then said for the next 5 years you're giving up postseason revenue.
That would do it.
Yeah, like it's not going to change anything. You're not taking away a title. You're not taking away games. You're not taking away postseason. But you're making them at least hurt for a little while on like, hey guys, maybe we should not cheat in the future or not get caught. More importantly,
But last thing on this, I mean, one of the good things that came out of it is we do have the helmet communication going forward, so it's even harder to steal
that
signs, I
is
guess.
true. Thank you, Connor Stallions, for giving us the ability for you to not be able to cheat.
Mhm. All right. So real quick, before you go into yours, just my matchups for it. So 12, number 12 UTSA goes at Ohio State. Winner
Why do
gets
you want to do
to
that to Owen? Owen deserves
I
better.
don't know. Yeah, no, I agree with that. You know what? Maybe UTSA will sneak up there and get out of that five hole, but they're playing the five team. But yeah, go to Columbus. Winner gets Notre Dame. Number 11 Georgia Tech at LSU. Winner gets Clemson. Could be interesting. 10 Oklahoma goes to Penn State. That's definitely a nooner. Uh,
Yes.
well, maybe not. I don't know. There's some name brand
A
there. I don't know.
defensive playoff battle that ends up at like 10-7. That's a nooner.
Yeah. Winner of that gets Oregon, and then Arizona State at Alabama. Winner of that gets Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. So, or I guess wherever it is, they said that the number one seed does get preference of where geographical preference of where they want to play. I guess
It
so.
just depends on which one of the New Year's Six are part of the round of four or the round of eight. It's it does get more confusing because now all New Year's Six, but it rotates in and out of
Mhm.
which you know. Obviously,
Well,
Georgia's
except I'm sure for the Rose Bowl, I'm sure that will always be the Big Ten winner or whatever. But outside of that,
if Georgia gets the opportunity, it is going to be the Sugar Bowl or the Peach Bowl, and I'm not sure that it really matters outside of that.
no, not at all. But
Because if they
yeah,
don't get
no,
one of those, they're going to the Orange Bowl.
yeah,
Okay.
which
In that order.
Yeah. For
All right,
sure. All right, but yeah, that's mine.
so I'm gonna go through my top 12 and then give the matchup. So I got number one Georgia. I have them going undefeated. I have them beating Texas for a fourth time. It just kind of makes sense. And number two, I have Oregon. And at three, I have Ohio State.
Ooh.
Having those two back to back after they just played, I think what's going to happen is what normally happens with Ohio State. They get put at number one. I think what's going to happen going into the final week of the season, like going into Championship Sunday, it's Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, Georgia. Georgia beats Texas, moves up to one. Oregon sneaks out of a game against Ohio State, moves up to two. But I have Georgia beating the hell out of Texas again in a more convincing win. That's why they move up to one.
Take it.
So I think Big Ten and SEC title contenders are one through four just because of how convincing it is throughout the season. At number five, I have Clemson. I really thought about putting them at four, but I think they have a lot of close games, and I think they do lose to South Carolina, which is the reason that they don't get into that top four. Number six, I have Notre Dame. They're always going to be a playoff team. I just
Yeah. Yeah, with Marcus Freeman, yeah.
yeah, like
Too easy.
where in the playoffs are they going to be is more the question there. But at number seven, I do have Penn State, and this is projecting what the college football playoff committee chooses to do, and not who I think it is, because unless Penn State beats one of the big teams in the Big Ten, they don't deserve to move into the top 10, in my opinion. Just if you are the definition of mid in this century, you don't get the benefit of the doubt. You get
Right.
the doubt.
Indeed, yeah, for sure.
And number eight, I got Arizona State. I do think they win the Big 12, probably drop a couple throughout the season, but do end up taking the conference. Number nine, I have South Carolina, third place team in the SEC.
Ooh. Okay.
At number 10, I've got LSU. Um, and I'm not convinced. Honestly, 10 to me, I almost put LSU slash Alabama. I just, I'm not convinced about LSU's defense or Alabama's offense. So to me, it's kind of either or, whoever proves it throughout the year, and LSU has an easier schedule. Um, at 11, I agree with you. I have Georgia Tech at number 11 as well. Is this eight overtime bias? Probably.
Yeah.
More than likely. But still have them at number 11. And then at 12, my group of five team I have is UNLV. I got Dan Mullen making it to the playoffs before Florida in just the wildest turn of events. Um, but to my matchups, I have number 12, UNLV at number 5, Clemson playing number 4, Texas. I've
Okay.
got number 11, Georgia Tech at number 6, Notre Dame, pseudo ACC matchup there, but they are at, or they're playing number 3, Ohio State. Number 10, LSU at number 7, Penn State. The winner of that's playing number 2, Oregon. And I've got South Carolina at Arizona State. The winner of that game plays Georgia.
Just don't want Georgia to play South Carolina.
I feel a lot better about it this year than I did last year. I will say.
Hmm.
Same about Arizona State, because Georgia couldn't stop a nosebleed in the run game last year. And Arizona State notably doesn't have Cam Scadbo. So
Yeah. Yeah.
feel significantly better about that before the season. In
Hmm.
2 weeks, come back and talk to me.
Right. Right.
You want to go through Caleb's bandwagon team?
Yeah. All right. So do this every year. We each pick a team from outside the SEC that we're going to kind of follow each week and kind of update everybody on, talk about bets with them and whatnot. Uh, well, we made it before that we couldn't have SEC teams, couldn't have playoff teams, couldn't have conference champions, things like that, right? I don't know if we,
So
I
we
mean, we
didn't do
kept to that.
playoff teams. for this year. This was the first year. This was the first year of the 12 team, so that's kind of we didn't change the rules. But previously, can't be an SEC team, can't be a team that played in their conference championship game last season. We're kind of the two rules that we had previously.
Mhm. And I don't think any of us picked a playoff team from last year anyway, so
No.
there's that too. But that, yeah, okay, that wasn't anything holding us back. All right, so Caleb, Big Dookie, here. So he picked Duke to follow. That's his bandwagon team. They went 9-3 last year, and while they don't exactly return a ton of production, so about 58%, which is pretty average across college football, they didn't return a ton from last year, the previous year either. But what they do return is four starters on the offensive line, and football is still one of the trenches. And as he said, "Dad gummit."
And Mario Cristobal, their head coach, he's known for
No, Manny
trench
Diaz.
play and
Manny Diaz.
defense. Manny Diaz. Mario Cristobal's at Miami.
If I
Manny
think of Mario
Diaz was
Cristobal's,
at Miami before he got fired and went to Penn State, and then just kind of changed his colors and the mascot, like changed the blue a little bit
hmm,
from Penn State to Duke.
I mean, I
It's
think Duke is better with Manny Diaz than Mario Cristobal anyway.
I
That's just
agree, but am I the only person that, for whatever reason, Manny Diaz and Mario Cristobal are the same person in my head?
no, 100%. They head scratching losses, can recruit. All I mean, yeah, they're the
Same
same
head
guy.
shape,
Hmm.
like big blockheads. It's not meant to be a really negative thing. They're just big
I've
ass
never seen them in the same
blockheads.
room.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never seen them in the
Uh,
same room. So
they
I don't
both
know.
did. They've both been disappointing coaches at Miami. Um, you know, just
Yeah, I mean, they're yeah. I mean, they really are the same guy. Um, but going on with what he was saying, uh, like last year, they have a new transfer quarterback and former Tulane standout Darian Mensah, who Caleb was a big fan of, and they had a top five recruiting class in the ACC along with a couple of stud transfer receivers. More than all that, though, he's just a big believer in Manny Diaz. It's the opposite of us, I guess, but big believer in Manny Diaz, and I think it's going to make Duke a consistent top five team in the ACC. Plus, they seem to consistently win the Natty in college football 26 sims, and those sims are always right.
um, I would agree with that. Those things are always right.
Mhm.
I believe they in one of the seasons that I've played, they had Kansas State making or Kennesaw State making the playoff. So 100% accurate all the time.
Booty who?
Hootie hoo.
Booty. All right. So moving on to my bandwagon team. This is more often than not, it's a kiss of death. So hopefully it isn't this year, but we will see. And I think I don't know, it's probably not great for my psyche if they are. But I was between a Big 12 team like Kansas, Michigan, just because I watch them every week anyway. And then the school I'm currently finishing my graduate degree at, which is Georgia Southern. So actually did settle on Georgia Southern for a couple reasons. For one, they do have the highest returning production in the Fun Belt. Barely missed out on the Sun Belt championship game last year and actually beat Marshall in like one of the craziest games of like all of last season. It was nuts. Like if you're kind of bored and you have some time, I'm sure like ESPN's top 25 games of like last year or whatever. I know they're kind of playing that constantly. I wouldn't be shocked if that game was in there. Like that game was crazy. But Georgia Southern did win that game, beat the eventual Sun Belt champs. They the Eagles gave Boise their closest regular season game, or one of their closest regular season games last year in Statesboro. And then this year, just that kind of like just fun schedule stuff. They do open on the road for consecutive weeks, week one and two. They open the year at Fresno State, which they have beaten a Mountain West team last year when they went out to Nevada and won that game. And then week two, Clay Helton revenge game at USC. It makes too much sense. Georgia Southern's a giant killer at this point and effectively ended Will Muschamp's career at Florida. Uh, not the reason why Scott Frost got fired at Nebraska, but that was the final straw, was losing to Georgia Southern in Lincoln at night. So maybe it's the same thing for Lincoln Riley. I don't know.
We can hope.
Yeah, I don't know
And
how
that would
much.
just be, Clay Helton just chef's kiss.
Yeah, you'd have sorry, you'd have Lane Kiffin just sitting there in the clouds, like cheering him on, just for all the wrongs that USC did to both of them.
Hold on,
Um,
does Ole Miss happen to have a bye week that week?
hmm.
Hold on, I'll look it up.
I would, I mean, I would. Ole Miss is out of conference schedule is probably pretty bad. So I mean, it might as well be a bye week.
What week is it?
Week 2, I believe.
Oh no, Ole Miss. Ole Miss has a game.
Whack.
It is,
But
but not the
Lane will be
Western
paying.
Athletic Conference.
But Lane will be paying attention to the game, I'm sure, and
Oh, for
room to
sure.
play there. Excuse me. All right. So we talked about that. Sunbelt schedule is actually pretty easy compared to last year. They do have to go to James Madison September 27th, which again one of the best weekends of all college football. But so that will kind of get lost in that. But outside of that, they avoid Texas State, avoid Louisiana, and South Alabama for what it's worth. Three of their games: Coastal, Marshall, and App State, all dog shit.
And that's to put it
So
lightly, if we're being
yeah,
entirely honest with each other here. That Marshall lost an entire NFL roster in transfer portal.
yeah, and Coastal doesn't look like they're getting any better. App State, I think they fired their coach. I mean, it's not looking good for
It's not oh
you know
07 for App State.
Yeah, no, no, not at all. No. Pain. Yeah, but again, they have a pretty manageable schedule. Could win the Sun Belt, be a fun year, and then I mean they just got fun skill players. And Clay Helton, I think, is a pretty underrated coach. Maybe in over his head at USC when he was there, but they have the air raid going there, and it is fun to watch. Granted, Georgia Southern always throws a lot of interceptions and things like that. They should have beat Wisconsin last year, but that's a different story. But yeah, the Eagles are going to be fun, especially when in a couple weeks, I think October, the Sun Belt starts doing weeknight games. So
Yes.
a lot of their games are going to be on TV. So that's going to be sick.
Yeah. No, I agree. The Sun Belt's always fun to watch, and you know, their stadium is cool. In one end zone, they just have a beer garden sponsored by a
No,
local.
Buzz Lightyear. Right?
Yeah. At some point, it was sponsored by a local brewery, and then I think they got bought out. Um, but yeah, no, they have a Bud Light beer garden in one end zone, and it's just like it. Pretty much the players, if they run through the end zone, can go to the beer garden, kind of thing. Um, it's like 2 blocks from downtown Statesboro. It's a super cool place if you've never been. I highly, especially if you're in Georgia, if Georgia Southern has a home game on a bye week for Georgia, or if Georgia Southern has a noon game on a night game week for Georgia, man, go to a game in Statesboro. It's a ton of fun. Um, Big fan of what they got going on down there. But
Yeah,
my
their Bud Light cans are sick. They're
yes,
we got Gus on the side. It's cool. I mean, yeah, it's a program steeped in tradition. So yeah.
and also the cops in Statesboro are chill. Like last year
Uh,
when I went the weekend of the Texas game, I bought like, which as soon as we got there, I was like, yeah, if it has a Georgia Southern can, I want that beer. I drank all of those in the first half. Went to the bathroom, poured them all out, and I like carried them out of the stadium. And the cop was like, "Hey, I need you to throw those out." I turned them upside down, showed him they were empty. I was like, "Man, I just want the cans." And he's like,
they're cool cans.
"Oh, yeah, you're good." And then I got on a university bus with empty cans all the way to my car. Had to
Hell yeah.
walk a total of like 150 yards.
Oh, that's sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I haven't been to a Georgia Southern game yet. I again trying to get out there at some point, but yeah, it's gonna
great,
happen.
great experience. I truly hope to get back at some point this year, depending on the schedule, and maybe they have a Friday night game that I can talk you into going to.
Oh yeah, I'd be sick. Yeah, for sure.
Uh, all right, so my bandwagon team, I've got the Baylor University. I struggled all day, all yesterday. It's been an all weekend ordeal for me to pick my bandwagon team. The group chat with Caleb, Mike, and I, it was every 15 minutes like, oh, what about this team? Oh, what about this team? Oh, what about and at one point I got down to Texas Tech for the memes because everybody's high on Texas Tech again, and if one of us
Mhm.
picked Texas Tech again, they're bound to be dog shit again. So just for the memes of it, and then I had Baylor, and then who was that third team I was talking about? Was it Georgia Tech? I know I
I
had
think
talked
you
about
broke
Georgia Tech.
you brought it up, but you were like, yeah, I can't do it. They're a rival.
Yeah, no, I definitely couldn't. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Um, let me see. I'm trying to figure out Memphis.
No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I wanted to go with an American Conference school because Memphis, I think Memphis has an outside shot to make the playoff this year. Um, but, at the end of the day, did choose Baylor. And I haven't said really a word about Baylor all offseason, but I struggled to find the right team. Baylor has Dave Aranda as the head coach, great football mind, and at one point was thought of as the defensive play calling version of Sark. 2019 LSU was really him and
With Joe Brady. Not
Joe
Joe Brady. Like,
Brady.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those were really the two minds that got 2019 LSU to where they were. Baylor's had a good to great transfer class, depending on which service you're looking at, and most importantly, for me, they returned a quarterback after having the 19th ranked scoring offense last season. And when I am not watching Georgia games, I just want fun. Like, give
Mhm.
me a 52-48 dub for the team that I pay attention to in that, and I'm happy.
And they opened with Auburn at in Waco. So
Yes. No, they've got a really fun schedule on top of it. Like Mike was saying, they play Auburn at home because Auburn just has these painful games that they've had recently. And then they play at SMU in week 2 in a nooner.
ooh, ooh,
Yeah, that was not supposed to be a Power Five or a Core Four conference game when it was scheduled.
right.
Um, and they open up Big 12 play with Arizona State.
That's a hell of a 3 game stretch. That's like
Well, they do
G5.
have
Like,
Samford in between.
oh, okay,
It's
okay.
Auburn, SMU, Samford, Arizona State.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, that's like like Kennesaw State just like playing these like check games where they go to Alabama and to Michigan and places like that just to get their asses kicked and get the check. But
But they do also play a former Puncher's Chance team in Cincinnati with a team that we've disowned so far this season. And then last year's Punter's Chance team with Gus Bus and uh, Jefferson,
oh,
KJ,
KJ Jefferson, yeah.
KJ. All right,
Oh,
all right. I thought I
oh
had it right.
man, that was so disappointing. I was hoping for the best for that, but
It
yeah,
was, but
Gus
that
Bum Gus.
UCF Baylor game ended up. I think it was like a 52-51 game. That was an insane game last season. They
It's
play
like the perfect
Utah,
Big 12 game.
Arizona. They've just got a fun schedule.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to look. I'm gonna see it real quick.
Yeah, UCF Baylor last year was wild.
All right, so 2025 schedule. Oh, then after Arizona State, they go to Boone Pickens Stadium, play Oklahoma State. They got Kansas State at home, at TCU, at Cincinnati, homecoming at home against UCF. Then they finish with Utah, at Arizona, then at home against Houston. That's a good schedule. That's
Oh
fun.
yeah, and like I said, they did play Baylor at some point last year. I thought, no, all right, I was wrong. The game I'm thinking about was the Iowa State game, and they played Arizona State close. UCF did. But yeah, no, it was the Iowa State game where they ended up losing 38-35. But you know, Baylor's got a ton of fun games this year. They start out with three or four heaters, and I'm just kind of excited to see where they go this year with just the all-time Ducks dynasty name Sawyer Robertson, um, playing some good old Waco football with Chip and Joanna Gaines down there. Um,
We're ready to drink the Kool-Aid. Let's go, Baylor. Bear down, whatever they do. I don't
I don't know,
know.
some I think it's this. Is this it?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I'm gonna be honest, man, hand signals kind of weird me out in college football just
well,
because none
the
of them
TCU
actually make sense.
the TCU one, I flip that hand the other way, it looks like something else.
But then, like, NC State has the Wolf Pack, which, uh, you know,
Yeah,
and then Vandy's is just, look, love Vandy, love what they're doing with Clark Lee and Diego Pavia. But why do they not do this for Anchor Down?
it makes. What do they do for Anchor Down? Do they do something for it?
They do
I honestly don't
this.
know. The fuck is that?
Yeah, right? Thank you. All right. If you're going to have gang
Yeah,
signs for your college football team, make them make sense. And if y'all are
might
on
as well do the thing with
audio,
your.
I apologize.
Might as well do the thing like making blood with your hands. Then,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I don't know. At some point, we're gonna have like the Quebec vampires, and they're gonna throw up the blood sign with their hands because I don't know. That's just something real French,
Yeah.
just to be that socially unaware.
Yeah.
Anyways, um, don't forget to check out our watch parties. We're super excited about those. Follow us on social media. I think we are gonna do some like watch party exclusive kind of merch that my wife and I are going to make, along with koozies and stickers. And if y'all are interested, those will be on social media. I'm signing Kelsey up for way more than she is, as she is bargained for, and just kind
Does
of is
she
what it is.
does she know yet?
No, I'm
Okay.
foul. But no, we're super excited about those, and we're just gonna have a good time. But if you want to keep update on all the news, on all the merch, all the watch parties, anything watch party exclusive we're doing, including a ticket giveaway later in the season, follow us on social media at nothing.finder.pod on Instagram, at finderpod on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Just look us up; you will find us there, and we will be going live either on Millions or on YouTube on Wednesday for the first interview of the 2025 season.
Sweet.
And if we haven't really decided which day we're doing YouTube, which way we're doing Millions, but Wednesday and Sunday are the days we're going live, and we're going to alternate between the two. Um, Super excited for that, man, and we're here, dude. We've made it.
We made it. That was a long ass off season, but man, we're here. We did it.
All right. Always remember, guys, there's nothing finer in the land.
Then drunk obnoxious Georgia fan.